All right, welcome everybody. I'm your host FTKM 2010, and welcome to a first episode of Fayeden'S Biggest Enemies, season 1, episode 1. And today we have a person here who's literally a pedophile plus a racist. His name is Uncle Howdy OG, and no, I'm not talking. And I'm actually not talking the one who's actually from WWE Raw. His real name is Christopher Thomas Rogers, and I'm gonna tell you some things. I'm actually gonna tell you some things of what the hell happened, and yeah, let's just go ahead. So my friendo named Raystorm has a document about Howdy's actions. So the first one is section 1 called Chris Rogers the pedo, and here's a little list. Here we go. So it was July. Everyone, at least in Raystorm's area, was about to have or enjoy the summer holidays. Not to mention, this was back in 2024. And Tristan made a catfish account to try and catch Howdy's pedophile acts in 4K with the proof. Raystorm included here in the document. And I'm actually going to show you the screenshots, by the way. Here, Tristan pretending to be a 14-year-old girl to get Howdy to fall for the bait, which he instantly did. Now, the user, Pookie Blookie, is Tristan's catfish account that he just mentioned, and she asks to moan for Howdy, which is exactly what also went down in the first screenshot we looked at. Uncle Howdy agrees to this like. Bro, what's next? Him allowing Carrot to make a company run out of supplies? And also, Howdy falls for bait number 2. Thinking she is an emoji cat, now saying, we're doing the phone sleepover, and Tristan's catfish account starts again with the whole moaning business, and Howdy just wants to hear it. While you may think there's nothing wrong with this, then look back and tell me if you notice that the fact that Uncle Howdy is tolerating the sort of shit and not giving one about the catfish age, which goes to show that he's an all-around weirdo. The next sen- the, the next section is friendships, incident, and cut ties. So not long ago, Raystorm, Tristan, and me were all in a stream, and I bring up the fact that Uncle Harry called me the N-word in the following screenshot. Like seriously, what the hell is wrong with you? Okay, I know I'm not maybe black in real life, but how this guy even allowed when his face looks like this? Yeah, I censored the image so I don't want to get violated by YouTube, but this is what his face looked like. Yeah, not to mention, he just really looks dumb, by the way. Not only do you look like an incomplete idiot, but not even the weird girl would want to date you. After news was spread that how they called me the N-word, lots of my friends cut ties with him. I may not include an executive list here, but here are some notables. Yo Gabba Gabba and Inside Out Collector, Fiery, I hate him now. Caden's Movie Corner, I hate him now because of how they support. South Park Guy, I believe he hates me now, god damn it. And Yoshi, he still likes me, I believe. And the fact that they would just get along with Howdy not even one day later. That's how nonsensical his fan base is. And the cycle would just start all over again. And now the next section, section 3, surely this cannot get worse. And as for a bonus, here's a clip of Howdy saying the N-word. Now for sure I don't have the one of me and Ansel were inside of the stream of Howdy saying the N-word before I was terminated. So I think that should consider be lost media. But here's the clip.
Stop saying the N word because it's racist, you motherfucker!
Okay, but not to mention, Howdy, you're the one who said the freaking N-word. Anyways, let's just continue the clip.
Shut up, motherfucker!
You're a fucking jackass nigga. Oops, I said it by accident.
Well, I have some of those 3 victims that Tristan Lily pointed out. Steven, Fragnad Carey, and Edwin. These are some of the victims who Tristan are pretty close with. First up, we have Fragnad Carey. Carey is someone Tristan met in August of last year. Tristan pretty close with each other. So in November of 2024, Tristan was making more exposures on Christopher, and Carrie was asking Tristan on why Tristan was exposing him in the past. Tristan said because of him being a pedophile and a groomer to people around our age, but Carrie at the time didn't really believe Tristan. So she went in some of this and steams and acted more friendlier than than I am, let's say. So she would text in his chat in his streams and say things like hi, hello, how was your day? And just overall just being more nicer to Howdy than most people because of his actions. So one day around November, and that's when shit starting to go down. One day in November, this is all what Carrie said. I wanted to do a role play with Howdy just to have fun with my friend at the time. I didn't know what I get to myself into, so I asked to join his StreamYard. So he put the link in his chat, and after all that, we had a role play at the StreamYard private chat, and we had a role play. Not so good role play for someone my age. I'm only 14, and I'd ask if he were 15 or some range about my age. Not to mention, yeah, I'm also 14. This is what Carrie said. And I'd ask if he were 15 something. Yeah, I already read that. And he said if he wants me to, I could simply ask what he meant by that. And he said he was 22 years old. Then, when I felt uncomfortable, he would act like as he were actually depressed and or sad. He manipulate me when I was not in a great mental state. I was really depressed and I had thoughts of suicide. But Howdy would make me happy when he wanted to roleplay because it would relieve stress off me. Then I told Howdy that in a meet, he knew he could take advantage of that, so he did. Sometimes passes, and he asked me to make Rule 34. Wait a minute, Rule 34? Yes, of course, Rule 34. This proves that Uncle Howdy's actually a freaking creep. Alright, continue with the story. And I asked, did I not really double thinking, but not only did that he would ask me sexual questions about my body, he asked for the first day I met him to see my pussy after I was 14 years of age. That's just actually crazy. But Tristan would tell him to stop texting him as he taken advantage of me, but I didn't care at the time again. Not double thinking. So a pretty good amount of time passes, and now I realize what he was doing to me, and I would confront him. He would call me a lot of hurtful things, but I honestly could not give a fuck at all then after I would tell his friends, and they would get me mad and harass me on Google chats. And then I make exposures on my community posts on YouTube, and that's all. So this is all proof from my friend Carrie, and this is what she said. Now for other people, because my fingers are getting tired as me typing, I'll send screenshots. Yeah, that's what actually Tristan said, by the way. Now, this image right here you see is Uncle Howdy OG said, listen to me, you can wait until you dad go to bed, then you can show your butt. Sorry, I have the sniffles. But that's really a sexual question. And by the way, we are not going off topic here because the title says Uncle Howdy and his friends. It's because I kind of want to talk about Matt Trainboy. It's because he lately sent a death threat at me and Tristan. Here's some more images. Uncle Howdy said, okay, have you ever been naked in your bedroom before? Just asking. That's just freaking wild. Steven said no. And he said, oh, you should try it, Steven. Steven. I might not sorry. Like, seriously, Howdy, what the hell is wrong with you? You just can't tell someone, yet have you ever been naked in your bedroom before? Like, that's just completely wild. And here's the next one. The one at top screen says, can I see how you see my butt? The middle says, do you have a phone number? And the bottom one says, can you please do a sleepover on your phone with me, please? I'm asking so nicely. That's absolutely so wild to talk to a literal minor, bro. And now let's talk about Matt Trainboy. Now you see here, what I have is an image of Matt Trainboy doing some nut stuff. He said, well done, Edward Hard R. I censored that because, again, don't want to get violated by YouTube. And yeah, yada yada yada, you see that. And he told me that I'm racist, but I never said the N-word. And he told me that he said, "Where do you live, Faded?" Which proves that he's actually a stalker. The top one says, "Pedo Faded is a pedo. Tell me where you live, dummy, or else I'm going to give Tristan copyright strike." And he actually said this: "Tell me where do you live right now, or else I'm going to kill Tristan." Which is actually a dox threat and a death threat combined. And in the stupid happens, he said, "I'm going to tell Tristan to ban you." Well, Tristan's my friend, dumbass. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Of what I said. And, yeah, that's it about Matt Train Boy. Here's the next one. Fiery and Ethos. So why both of them? It's because they did horrible things. It's because Ethos said the N word and the R slur. So what happened was I was literally live streaming before I went private, and then Fiery put in something in a live chat, and Ethos whispered the N word and R slur. So I'm actually gonna show you proof, by the way. And by the way, the N word's going to be censored because I don't want to be violated by YouTube. All right. Let's just show us the clip. So, back talking about Howdy. So, Jax made a catfish account and to catch Howdy's axe, and apparently Howdy said, "Do you want to date me?" Which is basically a wild answer to a literal minor. So, I'm actually gonna show proof, by the way. So here's the proof of all the images that Uncle Howdy is actually a freaking weirdo to some 14-year-old minor that Jax created a fish account for. So he said, "Do you want to date me?" Which is basically such a weirdo answer to do that. And he also said, "I think you are cute." And he said, "Are you single?" And he said, "If you date me, I'll be nice to you." But that's just absolutely. But Uncle Howdy's a freaking weirdo. And one more thing, he copied my thumbnail, and I'm actually gonna show the freaking proof. So as you can see, a side-by-side comparison, you can see the left one is my thumbnail, and the right one is Howdy's thumbnail. And I believe that Uncle Howdy is trying to rip off my series of FAYDEN'S Biggest Enemies. And his is called Howdy's Biggest Enemies, HBE. I have absolutely no words to say on that thing. And in conclusion, don't go near with Howdy. He's a freaking weirdo. He's just 22. He's racist and a pedo. And one more thing before we end the episode, here's Uncle Howdy saying the N-word at Tristan's stream. I'm gonna show you the clip right now.
Fuck
Don't
is she gonna
make
do?
me-
She can't even fucking walk.
Don't
She can't do
make
shit.
me.
Shut the fuck up.
Nigga, 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 nigga,
Shut the
nigga, nigga.
fuck up.
And plus, here's another footage I found about Howdy.
Yeah.
What?
Hello
Watch.
everyone and welcome to Howdy's Biggest Enemies. Today we are talking about Fayden and Tristan and the letter and Crazy Mamo. I have pictures of them, let me show you. What they said? They have been picked on me and calling me a pedophile. I'm not a pedophile. They are in trouble. And that is it.
Yeah, as you can see right now, Uncle Howdy copied my little exposing series. I don't get why he did that. Plus, you're actually a freaking pedophile. So I don't get why you say, "I'm not a pedophile." Well, clearly you is. Because you literally said sexual questions to minors. And literally convincing you are one. And another thing before we end the episode, let's take a look of some honorable mentions, by the way, shall we?